What's going on, everybody? Coming in a little bit hot with the music today. Welcome to another episode of Commandthispod. I'm Steve, joined with my fantastic co-host, Phil. We are Sans Dev today, handling some personal business, so it's the duo for tonight. We'll try to do our best to fill in for Dev's, Phil calls it color commentary. But no, we appreciate y'all tuning in. It is Thirsty Thursday, as usual on the show. So whatever you got, have a little sip, have a little smoke, and sit back and enjoy. It's been a fun-filled week. It was kind of quiet there for a little bit, and then all of a sudden things start popping off. So we're gonna get into all that. But while I posted some of the socials, Phil, what's going on?
The football season's approaching when all of a sudden it's like the chatter starts rising and the sniping online starts happening between fans. We're getting out of those July dog days. I know August is supposed to be the dog days, but not in football. We're getting out of July dog days and we're coming in hot. Camp starts next week.
Yeah.
So
we are, man.
I'm ready for it. I am ready for real football discussion, and actions and news and everything else. I am ready for it.
Yeah. And as we get closer to next week, we got rookies reporting early. So the ball's rolling, the ship is moving, the train's moving. Whether we got Terry or not, I feel like this is this trains are rolling. So hopefully we get that issue figured out soon, because the Terry thing is just lingering. We're gonna talk about it, but I'm just saying it's a sore spot right now for people. A lot of people are upset about the Terry thing, even in spite of signing Von Miller, which we'll talk about here in a second. But it's actually a really boring time in sports. I think the day before yesterday was heard on the radio is like the most boring sports day of the year, like during the ESPYs, and that's why there was literally almost zero professional sports being played. It's funny how that works out, but
there's no professional sports in America to play the day before and the day after the MLB All-Star game.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
you might have had a WNBA game. I don't know for sure.
I don't think so, unless that's changed. That used to be tradition.
I think the way when the ESPYs came out, that's why the ESPYs are on that specific day. So I think you're right. I think I heard today that they literally choose that day to have the ESPYs just for that same reason. So either way, it's been kind of dull from a sports perspective, but things will pick back up. MLB All-Star game was kind of cool. I never saw the swing off before. I don't know if you saw that. The went into overtime, and instead of extra innings, which nobody wants to see in baseball, they had you pick your three, I'll pick my three, and you get three pitches. Whoever hits the most home runs with.
Okay.
I love that idea, dude.
So I'm a purist of my baseball. So get out of here. For an All-Star game, cool, because it's an exhibition, right? Do not bring that into actual regular season.
But it's like hockey, and it's like soccer. Penalty shootout
have always been a part of hockey, right?
It doesn't mean it can't be part of baseball.
Always been a part of soccer. This newfangled bullshit is like, these other sports are doing it.
I like it.
And we've been around a long time, but we're going to do what they do.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
No, come on.
I don't mind it.
Is nothing sacred. Is nothing sacred.
I guess not.
Come on.
Shout out
to the All-Star game. It's cool because of the fact that, let's face it, these guys are getting a day off before and after the game. You don't want to stretch that game out any longer than necessary, right? Let them get their midsummer break. And if you want to speed it up by doing that for the All-Star game as like a special All-Star attraction, hey, if this game's tied after 9 innings, swing off. Cool.
Yeah.
No. The beauty of baseball is that it's a game that technically can never end.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, right? And with a swing off, you're speeding that up if it goes to extra innings. Let's play extra innings. That 18-inning classic in the playoffs between the Giants and the Nats, is insane. It's 2 games for the price of 1.
Yeah, maybe. I think I love change, so I could see how that could be fun. But
change. Okay, hold on. Where's the wisdom right here? Change is not a synonym for improvement.
No, but it can be. It can be.
Change can be an improvement, but change and improvement
are not
one and the same.
It's slow. I like it. I like the rule. People were against the kickoff rule, but the problem is.
So I was for the kickoff rule because it kept kickoffs in football. It's modifying something that already exists versus creating a whole new bunch of I'm a millennial. I'm in Gen Z. I have ADHD because I can't get off my phone for more than 5 seconds. Kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
I know I sound old saying that, but
no, I will say that I don't like the way that the All-Star game works. Is that you can the All-Star game determines home field advantage in the playoffs.
I mean, I didn't particularly care for that either, but it was something.
But I like the penalty shootout aspect of it personally. I personally like it just because it's a different aspect. You gotta train for it.
Yeah, I know. I always, and that's the other thing. Everybody wants robots calling strikes and balls, and I'm like, nah. See, I like the human error aspect of it. That even that could happen. Just as long as Angel Hernandez isn't umpiring, because he's terrible. Right. Yeah. But every time they want to fire Angel Hernandez, he just calls people racist and he keeps his job.
What's going on, Nero? Caleb, what's up, Caleb? Resign Terry, please. We need him. We do, bro. We do. Hey, Nero again, opening up the show. What a super.
You're good man. You're good man. You spent money to say that you agree with me. I like that.
Extra innings are dope. Anything can happen. You know what? Keep your money, Nero. We want the damn home run shootout. Just kidding. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
I come from a long line and lineage of people who play baseball. I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to baseball.
All right, that's fair. What's going on, Marcus? Yam. Should have watched some UFL. Yam said, "Yep." Ryan said the summer leagues good for the Wizards. Yeah. Seeing how they're drafting.
We're the only podcast who said congratulations to the defenders in this entire DC sports sphere.
Did not have the opportunity to get to the parade. I know Juan went, DC sports guy. He went to the parade, so looked like it was pretty cool. That's dope. I like it. All right, well, let's get right into the show. Yeah, the Shane Ryan. We'll talk about the ESPYs a little bit. I got a little clip to play from the ESPYs from Shane Gillis, because Shane Gillis he made some funny jokes, man. Tough crowd. It was a tough crowd, but he ended up pulling it off. And there is one particular video we're going to play at the end of the show that will get a particular fan base a little bit angry, but that's okay.
Let's put it this way: Shane Gillis, who is a funny comedian.
Yeah.
He is a comedian built for the ESPN crowd, but not the ESPN staff, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's I can see where the crowd probably was not as into him. If there's a lot of people there at ESPN who work for the company who are on air, yeah. Most of them ain't Shane Gillis fans.
Yeah.
But that's what I like about Shane Gillis being there, because it's like he is not the guy who's supposed to be there, but he's the perfect guy to be there. I like Shane Gillis. I can't remember the other guy. There's a guy who he does Kill Tony. Like, he'll dress as Trump and the other guy dresses as Biden. I can't remember his name, and they're hilarious. They play off each other so well. It's the same guy who also does the Dr. Phil impressions.
Yeah.
Adam Ray.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's get into it. Von Miller has arrived to DC. I know this is a Photoshop shirt. I think his number's like, was it 68? Don't quote me what the number is.
I think he's 56, right? You got Lawrence Taylor's number, I believe.
This is Photoshop previously.
Or maybe he did get 24 in Buffalo.
I don't know.
I don't see. That's the thing.
It might be
Y'all
too
gave
early.
everybody could get whatever number they want instead of having something uniform. Now you forget stuff.
Yeah,
like I forget Luvu is 4.
Hold on. Von Miller. This article said he's wearing number 24 in honor of Champ Bailey. So I don't know.
I mean, that's cool with me.
Well, that's what the Photoshop. I don't know what it is, man. Someone on Facebook tried to correct me, say he's
how many
wearing
seasons he's been in the league,
65 or something. I don't know. I don't really care.
Is it how many seasons he's been in the league? Since everybody talks about him being
65. 65 statement, 65 seasons.
I mean, Lord knows. I mean, I swear, everybody's like, "Oh, Von Miller, he's old."
Right. Yeah.
All I hear.
Listen, first off and foremost, what is, and Joe's in the chat, how does everyone feel about Von Miller? Von Miller being signed to DC. It's a 1-year deal. We don't know the details yet, but Phil, how do you feel about Von Miller coming to DC?
So, if he's being used to be someone to shore up kind of the pass rush, be a situational pass rusher, kind of be like this year's Dante Fowler, I'm fine with it. He's not a guy I want there as an every down.
Yeah.
I want him out there on plenty of downs, but he had a limited role in Buffalo. He's going to have a limited role here. I mean, he is on the backside of his career.
Yeah.
But we needed help. Now, I don't know why we didn't pursue some of the other guys out there. Maybe the price tag was too high. And maybe Von Miller is taking a minimum deal because, hey, it's a chance to chase a ring. And if he's a cheaper addition, maybe that allows us to have the room to re-sign Terry.
Yeah, that's what one of the things I said. Maybe this domino was the first to fall. We've been talking about how pass rushes, a lot of people are more optimistic on the pass rush than others. I don't think we were that optimistic about the pass rush. But
I figured it was going to be pass rush by design, not pass rush by player. Basically, like they're going to scheme guys on the blitz. Like it's going to be very scheme specific and not just beat your man one-on-one.
Right.
But Von Miller, he can do that still. Yeah. So, I mean, there's some stats out there that say, look, dude still got juice in the tank.
There is, and that's the first thing I want to show right now. From a statistical perspective, yes, he was very efficient. He was an efficient guy. Just to start, check this out. Von Miller, for the audio crowd, recorded the quickest pass rush get-off rate in the NFL, 0.69 seconds. And he had to have a minimum of 150 to be qualified. He played limited snaps in Buffalo, but generated pressure, 17.9, the fifth highest in the league among edge defenders. Look at that. Von Miller, number 1, 0.69. Now, to me, this screams efficiency.
It does.
And that's what you need. Like, who else had efficiency? Don't hate me for saying this. Junior Gillette had a fish. Remember Junior Gillette, his last year? He didn't play much snaps, but man, when he did, the dude was in on the quarterback. He was in. I'm not saying Von Miller's Junior Gillette. He's far superior, but if we can get Von Miller, third down, no frills, no thrills, see ball, get ball. You're in there to do one thing, and that's to get the quarterback. Do it. That's what I want to see. And looking at snap counts, he played 279 snaps last year. You do the math, played 13 games. That comes out to what, 20-something-ish a game? That's perfectly fine. Look, what did we have to begin with from a snap perspective? Yep said Von posted that picture himself. Yep, it was on his Instagram.
He posted it before the team announced it. I was
did.
Like, oh.
Yeah, one year. Don't know the numbers. Maybe I don't know. I'm just gonna predict like $10 million, so give or take something like that. What's up, Marcus? I think this signing is great on and off the field. Kinlaw Payne, John Baptiste, D-line can learn from him, and Conley Jr. can learn from him, and Tunsil and the rest of the O-line. Plus, he can still contribute. It's a veteran presence. It's a lot of those intangible things, especially for the price, man. So here's his snap counts per game. 29, 29, 29, 9, 21, 23, 21, 20, 25, 27, 32, 14, 3. So 20-something-ish snaps a game. We'll call it 20, 21, 22 a game just for simple
Does
math.
it have a total percentage down there?
No.
Okay.
Of what?
A snap count percentage. It doesn't have it. Okay.
Oh,
It doesn't
like
have the percentage.
279 out of.
Yeah, but he's
No,
in,
it doesn't.
He's in probably about 30% of the snaps, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Like,
Come
don't dismiss the Terry stuff, because I think the things are separate issues. This was still a need, and it's been a need because we really didn't address it in the offseason. In fact, I wouldn't have even been mad if we didn't win with Jadeveon Clowney. That was also someone we could have got too. I would have been okay with Jadeveon Clowney as
Darius
well.
Smith or one of these guys.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm thinking they want to keep some cap room. For one reason or another. Now, the thing is that if they re-sign Terry, it doesn't affect this year's cap, but depending upon the deal that Von Miller signed, if it's like a 2-year deal, for instance, it then can affect Terry's next deal. So I'm interested to see how this breaks down, how this does affect.
Here is who was available. Matthew Judon, who we thought Matthew Judon had a chance to come here, being he has family here. Preston Smith, we know Preston Smith. Zadarius Smith, like you said. Jadeveon Clowney, like I said. The rest of these guys, Brandon Graham's old as dirt, 37. But Von Miller's, how old is Von Miller?
Von Miller is 35?
36. He's 36 and a half. Born March 26. So 36 and a half. Okay. He'll be almost 37 at the end of the season. Would have been the second oldest next to Brandon Graham on this list. But
that's a short-term contract, I'm sure.
It's a 1-year deal, and they can figure it out next year and see where they want to go. But I wouldn't have been mad with Zadarius or Jadeveon Clowney off this list. Not at all. Rest of these guys, don't think they're really making an impact anywhere. I think Nick Vigil was on our team for a short stint, if I'm not mistaken. Other than these guys, not even worth looking at. This top of the list, these guys could go somewhere. But, hey, we got Von Miller. He's a Washington Commander. I'm excited to see what he's going to provide to the locker room, veteran presence. Him and Bobby Wagner, man. 27 years of experience between the two of them. That's insane. It's insane.
That's a linebacking core that has seen it all.
Yam said, when did 36 become old?
Yam, 36 has been old in all sports.
You bring up a good point, Yam. If 36 is old, I'm a dinosaur at 44. But for a guy who beats up for edge rushers, that's old. For quarterback, it's okay. I don't know at what age edge rusher is maybe it's 33. After 33, 34 as an edge rusher, man, you're probably considered old. But health was an issue for him previously. But if you limit his snap counts, like we said before, it works. It works. Ryan says it was 1 year. How much? We don't know how much yet because the details haven't. I'm just predicting 10 million. I have no idea.
Rumor is he's signed for a vet minimum.
Vet minimum. Interesting.
Which should only be like a couple mil at the most, like 2 mil or something like that.
Well, last year, let's just see what he made. Von Miller last year playing for the Buffalo Bills. The money is not broken down this year. He is on a 6-year deal, so it's kind of not fair to compare that to anything that was done last year. But you make up a good NFL veteran minimum 2025. The veteran minimum 7 or more years experience is 1.2 million. I don't think he's going to make that much. I think he's going to make more than that. That's why I thought 10 million might be the way. Yeah, looking at the minimum, I don't see him doing $1.255,000. I don't know. Silent One, what's going on? I think this might be first time interacting with you. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. It sucks AP isn't going to pay Terry. Debo's his guy. They're going to have to battle this season to see who gets the extension after the season. I don't know if Terry's.
I hate this idea. Oh, that's his guy. Why? Because they both came from San Francisco.
I mean, well, yeah, because he was there when he drafted.
Do you know who my guy is? Whoever performs, that's my guy. Yeah. Terry performs. Terry going to get paid. They may be far apart, but again, we don't know what Terry's camp wants. What his agent. If his agent's like, nah, we want a 5-year deal, 6-year deal. We want $35 million per year, and it seems like no.
Well, at some point, I don't remember when Brucifer would come out like during the Kirk Cousins negotiations, and he would just say, yeah, we offered Kirk this, and he said that, like, dude, you probably don't want to spill that to the media. I know you're trying to make yourself look like the good guy and make Kirk look like the bad guy, but dude, this is Terry. At some point, you're going to have to come talk to the fans and tell us. Like, we just heard from Terry. We got some clips we're going to play. We just heard from Terry. But finishing up on the Von Miller thing.
What did Terry really say, though?
No, it's not where he wants to be, and he's trying to keep emotion out of it because he understands his business. That's what it is. And I'm shocked he said anything. He was doing an Eastern Motors commercial. At Eastern Motors.
It's probably because he's tired of people asking him.
Your jobs, you're correct. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. They're the same age. Yeah, he wants one more than DK. Listen, Garrett Wilson just signed for $30 million a year. We said before that it's got to be around between 30 and 32.
No, we're really I think we're more in that 32 to 34 range.
34 puts you up there with CD. He ain't a CD Lamb. He's not as good as CD Lamb.
DK Metcalf, who's at 33.
Right. And that's why, Solid, when you're on something, you get one more than DK, I think you're making him happy. But I personally I don't think it's about adjusted annual value, or I think it's about years at this point. I think the team wants a 2-year. He probably wants 3 or 4. That's just me, and I know nothing, but I think that's where it is. It's a years thing, not necessarily a money AAV thing. I think it's a years thing. But who knows, man?
No, with a
George, ain't seen you in a minute, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up, George? Haven't seen you since some of the live threads of the season.
4 years, $136 million with $100 million guaranteed.
What does that come out to? If
that's what he wants, that is a little more than I'd want to give him.
Let's do the math. 136 over 4, 34 a year, which I think is too much. 100 million guaranteed. Slightly. Yeah, I'd take it down to 33, and I would guarantee 75 of that.
I would take it down to 3 years.
70. Well, 3 years, yes. Yeah.
99 million. So that's 33 a year with 66 guaranteed.
66
guaranteed. And I get what I get it. Go for it. What, because a lot of people say, well, what's 1 year?
Yeah.
Well,
I top that at 70.
Contracts are being structured. If he makes it to year 4, you're paying out the bunghole right when Jaden's supposed to start his extension.
Yeah, that's why it's got to be 3 years, man.
And I really think that the debate is on the years more than is the money.
Yeah.
Because if Terry wants 34, I know this team ain't going to undervalue him to the point that they're way off on dollar figure. I mean, they're way off in the sense that if I'm offering 3 years at $100 million and you want 4 years at 136, yeah, we're $36 million apart if you want to put it that way. But the math doesn't quite work that way because we're also a year off, right? Your annual value doesn't change too much, but the total dollar figure does. So it's a matter of, are you looking at it as an annual adjusted value, or are you looking at it as simply how much money am I making before I'm a free agent again?
Right. And that's a good point. So many variables. There's just so many variables that go into this. We don't know. We're armchair GMs. We think we know, but we don't know. We're fans just like everybody else. But I will say, at some point, we talked about this maybe a month ago. It's going to be a distraction here real soon, because that's all anyone's ever going to talk about at camp is Terry. Terry's the face of this franchise. Jaden's taking over. It's going to become a distraction. So I don't know how they avoid that distraction. Everyone knows the business, but at some point, it's a distraction. All right, we're going to bury Von Miller. We've already moved on to Terry. Terry's upset. We've already moved on to Terry. I just hope they get it done. I really just get it done. I don't care for the fan base sakes. Please get it done, AP. Now you're also going to have people that comes out to the whole let AP cook. What if AP decides to not sign him? And I'm just talking worst case scenarios and trade him. Do we still say AP's cooking?
It depends on what we get back.
Right.
But what's your backup plan? You're going to go with Debo as your wide receiver 1?
Then you're hurting if your backup plan's not good. This team's built to win now. So you need all the talent you can get right now. And there ain't a whole lot of wide receiver talent out there to help you win right now. That's the problem. Terry gives you the best chance to win.
Now, the other thing is that if you don't re-sign Terry and you don't trade him, and you're like, look, go ball out this year, and somebody will give you even more money when you hit free agency.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say, oh, you should get something in the end. That's why you got to trade him. What if you're like, no, we're going to go for broke this year. Go get and then you can play and try to earn your next contract somewhere. Right? Prove to people that you are not now going to hit that wide receiver decline. Go get 110 catches for 1,600 yards or whatever, it's going to be. And, 18 touchdowns. Go show people you are a top 3 receiver in this league. Someone will pay you.
I mean, Terry McLaurin produced a 135.5 receiver or quarterback passer rating when targeted in 2024. Second out of 98 qualifying wide receivers per Pro Football Focus, man.
Look, I think I've been saying Terry is easily a top 8 receiver in this league, maybe higher. That's just me.
Yeah.
Again, his age is the weird thing that hurts him.
Yeah.
And X is doing X things.
It sure is.
But nonetheless,
the numbers are there.
The numbers are there that I think Terry should be getting 33 a year.
Yeah.
But we can do this now. Like I said, 3-year deal. I don't want to go past that with Terry because by the time he hits 32 in year 3, that is kind of like death spiral age for a lot of receivers. So I'd really want to be like, okay, where are you at?
Yeah.
By the time we negotiate the next contract, if there's going to be another contract negotiation after this one.
Yeah. Silent One says, what does a Terry trade look like? Can't go player for player, in my opinion, because we're trying to win now. And then teams are not going to want to get rid of players. So I think you're right. I don't know what a Terry trade looks like. And I guess the question you have to ask yourself, what is the least you would take in a Terry trade? A first round pick, of course. No, I don't think anyone's going to get a first round pick. I mean, look at the receivers who've been traded as of late. Nope, they didn't net a first round pick.
You're not going to get a first round pick for Terry.
Tyreek, D-Hop, Devontae. These guys did not net first round picks. It's just the way it goes. So is the minimum someone would take is a second rounder and maybe a late round swap? I don't know. There's
you get like a second and a fifth for Terry. You
remember there was teams who were rumored to be already looking into it. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. These are teams who have been rumored to be looking into a possible trade with Terry McLaurin to pair him up with, Miami's another one who were rumored to be looking into a trade with Terry McLaurin. So I don't know. I'm with you, Silent One. We're trying to win now, and trading Terry and not paying that doesn't work.
It's not a win now move.
It ain't. Marcus says with Jaden Daniels on a rookie deal, we can re-sign Terry and Debo to the front office. Got smart people who can spread the money out. I think we'll re-sign Terry. Yeah, I mean, usually just you back in the contract, but the problem is you can give someone a 4 or 5 year deal and you back in that funny money at the end that they'll never see. You can't do that with Terry. He's 30. He's going to be 30 when the season starts. You only got really 3 years to play with. Like Phil said, receivers naturally atrophy at 32. We showed this, especially at 33. So, and George says Terry never had 100 reception career in his career. That's true.
Yeah, but if he had it this year, I mean, that certainly boosts his value for his next contract.
Yeah. But he's also only one of, was it 4 wide receivers to have, what were the numbers? I forget the numbers. Consecutive 1,000-yard seasons and X amount of catches. Don't quote me. One of 2 or one of 3 receivers.
It's funny because our fan base, when they talk about other players, they love Mike Evans. Yeah. And Mike Evans' hallmark is his consistency. Terry's on that level of consistency.
Yeah.
The only real difference last year was that with a better quarterback, he had more touchdowns because we had a better offense.
Yep.
And that's going to continue.
I do want to show
to have a year of Terry and Debo on the field together. I need to see what that looks like. And I think this offense would be quantifiably better if that's the case. I don't think Debo Samuel is a number 1 guy.
Right.
Because you don't do the things with your number 1 guy that you do with Debo. Now, Debo is capable of putting up number 1 guy numbers. He has in the past. But in the end, Terry's consistency at putting up top level numbers is what's going to keep him there.
Right. This is the quick clip from NBC Sports, but it was from JP Finley posted at NBC.
Yeah, he was doing an Eastern Motors commercial.
Eastern Motors. Your job's your credit. Listen, here it is.
Hard for you to separate the business from the emotion here?
Is that coming through?
Of course. You know what I mean? To a certain degree, when you feel you have a way of feeling that what you've proven up until this point, and when you see that is put in front of you, how somebody perceives you or values you, that's disappointing. You know what I mean? It's a little bit disrespectful to me. And again, like the front office, the ownership, they have to do what's best for the team. I understand that, but I also know what I bring to a team.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've proven that day in, day out. There hasn't been anything that they've asked me to do since they've been here that I have not done willingly, openly. And I'm not saying that that's not what I'm supposed to. That's what I'm supposed to do as a leader. But you would think when that is displayed consistently over years of time, then that would be, honored and respected.
He's got some talking points. He's clearly not. He rehearsed this with his agent. Like he knows what to say, and it's 100% true. Everything he said is 100% true. He said everything is asked of him.
Man here, AP.
Right. And remember when we talked to Lake Lewis last month, excuse me, May 22nd, he said Terry is someone that you can, in the locker room, you can point to as a standard. Like, I need you to be like Terry McLaurin. I need you to be like this. And Terry's durable. He's durable as all get up, bro. Like I could pull up the stats for Terry McLaurin. That dude, you want to talk about durability? Listen to his games. First year, I'm rattle off. First year, 14 games. Second year, 15 games. 21, 22, 23, and 24, 17, 17, 17, 17. He ain't missed a game since 2020. Not a single game. Availability is the best ability. So let's finish listening to what else he has to say.
So again, the toughest thing is just, having to be in this limbo. And but I haven't stopped working. I work my tail off, and
yeah, he does.
No dollar amount is going to change that. No dollar amount is going to make me work harder. That's not how I'm built. But at the same time, I have to stand on my worth and my value. I worked really hard to create that, and I know the person that God has blessed me to be. And I know that I'm a leader in that locker room. And when you have that kind of person who brings what I bring on the field, off the field, in the community, I feel that's somebody that should be valued at a very high level.
Now, what do you think AP's thinking when he's listening to this? Is there anything going through his head? Has he taken away anything?
Control the narrative.
Yeah, he got out. He got out in front of us. And good on Terry for like you said, getting in front of the narrative and controlling the information environment, because that's a huge deal, man. Especially with fan perceptions. We don't sign Terry, this fan base is going to be livid. That's what's going to happen one way or the other. But Terry has not said anything wrong. He's not said anything incorrect so far at all. All right, let's see what else he has to say.
Fortunately, I've proven that, but unfortunately, you can't force somebody to see that value. You know what I mean? And we just got to see where that goes from here. But that's just the disappointing part because you feel like you've done the things right. You've bought into the T of everything that this culture was building last year, and I thought it was definitely going to be to the future of that. And so, again, I have not make any declarations of one way or another, but I'm just kind of speaking on how it's made me feel, how this offseason been, the frustrations I felt. That's all true. You know what I mean? That's not just what people are hearing. Like it's coming from me. And definitely I want to just continue to take things day by day and see where it goes from there.
Day by day. Yeah, Terry, we're richer, man. Nero again. Thank you much. He's not wrong, but he'll still get signed. Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so for the sake of this fan base, for the sake of our sanity. People are going to flip out. That's all I'm saying. People are going to flip out if he doesn't get signed. Ryan says, imagine if he goes to Kansas City and they have they have wideout. They've always had wideout issues. You have arguably the greatest quarterback in the NFL, and they still have wideout issues under Patrick Mahomes, man. I do want to go back to the comment.
Tight end issues, though. That's why
they got Kelsey. Silent One said Terry didn't have a quarterback, got one, and touchdowns went up. Now he has a legit two. His yards will increase greatly, but his touchdowns will decrease. Man's got double cover for 20 games last year, still got it done. Terry is quarterback proof. He is proof to be quarterback proof, if that makes sense.
Terry made somebody in his fan base believe that Taylor Heineke could be a NFL starting quarterback.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Quarterback proof. Look at this. These aren't crazy like elite tier numbers, but my man is the next tier down. But this is consistency. People have these 13, 1400-yard season, then they'll follow it up with a 600-yard season because they got injured. Terry is just boom. He's just consistently consistent, and that's hard to do in the NFL. That's very hard to do in the NFL. His only downfall is he came in the league so late. He was a full college career guy, played all 4 years at Ohio State, came in the NFL. He was a 3rd-round pick. Paris Campbell was drafted ahead of him, I believe. And there was one other guy. Wasn't there a second Ohio State wide receiver who was drafted ahead of him? Don't quote. I know Paris Campbell was.
Paris Campbell was.
And Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, lobbied for him to come to DC during that draft. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Marcus says, according to Albert Breer, they're close to a contract, but his press conference is a leverage press conference. Terry and his agent did this trying to, yeah, it's a game, man. It's a charade. You gotta play this game to try to get out in front of the narrative. And it's like friendly jabs.
I'm going to tell you all this now. Albert Breer tends to be the most level of the guys out there. Usually when he says something like that, not always, because there's always monkey wrenches come in, but usually he waits until he has really good sources before he runs with something. So if Albert Breer says they're close to the contract, they're close.
You got to believe it then. You got to believe it if they're close.
Look, this leverage probably says, let's say they're close, and let's say, we offer $95 million and they want $105 million over 3 years. And this conference is a way of kind of getting Adam Peterson to say, okay, we'll meet you in the middle, 100, or something like that. Something just to kind of tip it over the edge.
Yeah.
And that works because here's the thing. The team, because they don't leak any information, nothing gets out anymore. We don't hear anything from them. So now the players can get ahead of the game with these types of things.
That's what I'm saying, man. And George says when Adam was in San Francisco, they never signed their players right away. Maybe that's what's happening. But at some point, you got to do it. You got camp coming up. You got rookies reporting.
But we'll say there's no signs that the front office is panicking either.
Yeah.
The silence speaks volumes that they're composed, which tells me it's probably closer than initial reports would let us to believe.
Yeah, I hope so. I do have a one other. I was trying to look for the exact date the rookies are reported. Rookies report July 18th. So tomorrow, rookies report tomorrow. Veterans report July 22nd, 5 days from now. So 5 days from now was what, Monday? Is Terry going to be there on Monday? He's not going to be. If he's not under contract, the man ain't going to be there. And that storyline is going to dominate the beginning of training camp. That's all I'm saying. And if you're right, I just wish at some point the team would come out and say something. Not that they owe us anything, but for our own. We've been through this before. We lived through this with Bruce Allen. And listen to what
Bruce Allen used to come out and run his damn mouth. That's
what
problem.
I'm saying. We also lived through not hearing anything. But listen to what Terry says about this. Is only a 30-second clip about previous regime and stuff. Sorry.
Your worth and your value, you feel like you have to beg for somebody to see your worth and your value. You feel like you've put that out there year in, year out. You know what I mean? Everything, previous regimes, and even now, you know what I mean? I've done everything that's been asked of me. I'm not perfect at all. I've definitely made mistakes, but I've always led with the right foot. And I've tried to put myself in a position to be a person that can be valued and respected amongst his coaches and his teammates, but also be a dog on the field. I don't want to make that mistake. I feel like I'm one of the best receivers in this league. And, you know, it's not because of me just feeling that way. I feel like I've proven that, and I'm going to continue to work hard.
Yeah, he's right. We got a question from TB. What's up, TB? Not Tom Brady. What's your estimate passing yardage 2025 with no Terry? So 39-32 was Jaden's last year. It's gonna be less because now you're down to Debo, you're down to Luke. I'm assuming KJ Osborne makes a team. You're down to Noah Brown,
Gallup,
and Michael Gallup, and
other guys are
Luke McCaffrey.
Other guys are going to get some of those yards because it's going to get spread around.
Yeah,
it's not like 1,000 yards just disappears. So, I mean, I would say it would still be 35, maybe 3,600 yards, but
offset by more rushing yards.
How those yards are obtained and when they're obtained, you know, and so forth, and all that. You know, it's not like, you know, Jaden's numbers are going to just go completely off the map because we saw he can spread the ball around.
Yeah, we did see that. So yeah, I think it'll be a little bit less, like Phil said. It's hard to replace 1,000 yards. It's not going to be 1,000 yards less. It's just a matter of redistributing those yards amongst who's left on the team. And who knows, Ben Sinnott might take a step forward. Please. That's my guy. I need him to. We might see more. Austin Eckler stays healthy. He's getting more touches out of the backfield with Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I mean, there's people on this team who can pick up some slack. So
okay, all right. I see TB's angle here. I'm going to skip ahead. All right, TB says, okay, 30+ mil for 350 to 400 yards. Yes, because that's 350 to 400 yards to one man, as opposed to four guys. Right? You're going to pay four receivers, you know, 10, 15, 20 million total to produce 350 or 400 yards less than what one man can do. Does that make more sense? What he does is what you're going to get out of 2, 3, 4 guys.
Yeah, but and TB, we told this before. This isn't a strictly yardage thing because there's more to being good on a team than just touchdowns and yardage. There's intangibles you have to value. You have to value leadership. You have to value being a captain. You have to value being a standard to set in the locker room. As Lake Lewis told us a couple weeks ago, Terry is the standard to be up to. Look at this right here. You won't get this metric from anywhere else. When targeted, Terry is second among 98 qualifying receivers for the quarterback passer rating. So when the ball's thrown at him, he produces. It's not always resulting in yards, but these are things you have to look at advanced metrics, in my opinion. It's not as simple as touchdowns, yardage. Where does that go? It's so much more than that. Availability. We just flashed Terry's games. He hasn't missed a game since 2020. Availability is the best ability. So I think there's a lot more to it than just how much more yardage will you have. You see what I'm saying, bro? That's all I'm trying to say.
Christ almighty.
Well, let's get to some of these other contracts. Terry.
Yeah.
Aldo, thank you for tuning in. Aldo Loco. Terry makes us scary. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. Thank you for tuning in. Silent One. Just found y'all today. This is a cool podcast live right here. Had to subscribe. Hey, bro. We appreciate you, man. Live every Thursday night at 8:35. When the preseason starts and we get to camp, we'll be live Mondays and Thursdays. Also available on all the audio platforms. Just search for Command This Podcast. We're out there, man. Have a lot more guests coming on later in the summer. He is under contract. Terry is not. Terry is under contract. Under contract for one more year. But as we know in the NFL, players don't like to play on their last year of their deals. That's just how it is. George says they will sign him, just don't like talking about it. Saying they signed Viller, had no clue about Vaughn. Yeah, we don't know the money amount for Vaughn. It's coming. Like I said, I think it's going to be a little under 10. He's a Hall of Famer. Give the man at least 8. But the veteran minimum is $1.255 million. He ain't playing for that. It's Von Miller. He's a gold jacket here soon.
About to come to a bunch of comments there. Just
Yeah.
that are so surface level dumb.
Terry is signed. How much less? Jaden's continuously evolving. We don't know. It's also proportional to how much Jaden runs. It's hard to say how much less yardage if Terry is signed. Hopefully more. When you look at Terry's numbers over the years, they're over 1,000 yards almost every year for the last 4 years.
Every
5
year.
years. 1118, 1053, 1191, 1002.
6 years. The only year he didn't hit 1,000 yards was his rookie season.
Yeah. Aldo says, man, if Debo goes down, shaking my head. Yeah, they weren't screwed. Rookies reporting Friday. Yep. Silent One, Luke McCaffrey breakout year incoming. The ball's got to go somewhere. That's all I'm saying. I don't know
if we thought he was going to do more last year now.
Luke is a position crossover. Luke is just a big question mark. All the potential in the world. He's got the pedigree. He's got the breed. He's got the bloodline. Luke was also one of the most open wide receivers last year. If you follow the show, remember, we were showing the advanced metrics of Luke McCaffrey being the most open wide receiver in the NFL for multiple weeks on end.
But wasn't getting the ball.
Wasn't getting the ball. That's just life. Pyrex God, what's up, Dev? Dev's the third co-host of the show. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well with whatever you got going on with the personal stuff. But we miss you, man. 30 million for 350 to 400 yards for additional.
That's the thing I said. But you're talking about one man producing 350 to 400 yards more than what 3 or 4 guys are going to produce trying to fill that role. And 3 or 4 receivers are going to cost you millions of dollars. Right? So why are you going to try to spread this out and hope somebody can not only just replace the numbers, but replace the playmaking ability? Who made more clutch, incredible catches in this year for this team or in any season since he's been on this team than Terry?
Yeah. And I love the Jalen Lane pick. We talked about
Lane's not a wide receiver one. That he doesn't have a complete route tree.
And we don't know what he's going to be either. I mean, give me some of him as a punt return. Give me some of that for sure. Give me him in some screen pass packages. But like I said, we don't know what Jalen Lane's going to be. We thought Dammy Brown was supposed to be a burner too. Look how that worked out. I love Jalen Lane. I hope he works out.
Dammy Brown. I have ragged against Dammy. Don't you dare play that AI shit either.
No. We have people on this show who have never seen Phil's true opinions. God,
damn it, man. No.
On
no.
What do you mean?
No.
Come on.
I want you to find. You need to go back to all the podcasts since Dammy Brown was drafted, and find how many times I was like, "I cut Diami."
Here's how Phil feels about Diami Brown.
The more I think about it, the more I am going to miss Diami Brown. That
you.
guy just brought something.
AI knows that I can pronounce it properly.
It's going to be tough without him.
Oh, man.
Captures my voice perfectly otherwise. But.
George says Debo had 15 to 1,800 all-purpose yards. No way, dude.
No
way.
Done that. He's only done that 1 year, George.
Not even close. I'll be happy if we can get 750 all-purpose yards from Debo. I think 800.
No, we can get maybe 1,000 combined.
We'll see. I will be happy if we get 800.
250 rushing, 750 receiving on like 60 catches. Not even 250. Hell, 200 rushing, 800 receiving.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. That's a
Says
threat.
McCaffrey and Lane aren't leaders. We don't know. Usually rookies like that are not leaders.
Yeah. You're not,
I would say Jaden's not really a leader. Leaders are.
Harry wasn't a leader when he first came in. You grow into that leadership role.
Not. But they also said
somebody into it.
That's why we have seasoned veterans on the team. Dan Quinn even said Jaden Daniels doesn't have to be a leader. That's why we have other guys to take care of that role. You just focus on being a good quarterback. You can be a person of influence, but you might not be a leader, and that's okay. We don't know if McCaffrey and Lane aren't leaders. They might not, especially if you're not given the opportunity. But usually that goes towards the veterans. That's just how it breaks down. Maybe they could be. And leaders don't go on social media and rag on the team. Nothing Terry said today was ragging on the team, in my opinion. He was just speaking business. You just feel like I've done everything I've been asked to do. I know my value, and I know that there's a business. That's all he said. We just replayed the clip, TB, before you got on here. He said nothing wrong. There's nothing he said wrong. If they do move on from Terry, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, maybe if you got to fill that spot, but you got to have someone. I don't know who the wide receiver one is. Sorry. Von Miller going to get the B-Wags, Ertz special. That's how I see the contract looking. Yeah, great value, though. Super value. Let me go on record. No Terry, 4,000 yards plus 3,000 pass plus 3,000 passing yards plus running for Jaden.
I don't think it's going to be that drastic. But, well, I think that Terry is on a team. Yeah, Jaden can go over 4,000 yards passing, or Jaden and Marcus Mariota combined can go over 4,000 yards passing. I don't think they do it without Terry.
Yeah.
Terry's threat also makes other receivers more viable too.
Yeah. Terry is not a diva. Terry is not a prima donna like the rest of these wide receivers are. Terry, like I said, dude ain't missed a game since 2020.
Detriment for so long. So, let the man.
He plays hard. He blocks his ass off, dude. Receivers don't block. Terry blocks his ass off on run plays, bro. Just that alone tells me he's better than 90% of the wide receivers, that are still available. They're out there. Dad loves the Von Miller signing, especially if two young guns is ready for action. Jordan McGee and Javonte Baptiste. Yeah, but they're big question marks, man. Pass rush sucks right now. Give me Von Miller. If they were to offer picks, what floats your boat to first, 26, 27? I would trade in a heartbeat. No one's given up that much for Terry. Why? No, Devontae Adams didn't even get that. DeAndre Hopkins didn't get that. Tyreek Hill didn't get that. Terry McLaurin is not going to get it first unless someone's stupid enough to do it.
DK Metcalf didn't get it, and guess what? DK is the comp.
Right. There's just the market for receivers just isn't that anymore. A high
comment here makes no sense, so I'm going to skip that.
Delissa Hatcher.
Why they clog the toilet where fraud happens.
Thanks for watching, but okay.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Hey, TB, about Jalen Lane. I hope you're right. We are sorry. Phil and I have, we are connecting with each other through ESP, clicking on the same comment. Huge Virginia Tech fan. Phil lives down in close to that area. Yeah, not all the way down there, but Jalen Lane, man, the sky's the limit with this dude. I think we got a sleeper on our hands. I think we really do.
I just don't see a 5'9" guy like that. Burner is your number one.
Silent one. I know you're joking, and that's cool. We can go along with that. Terrence Perry, brother from another mother and team Eagles fan. Love you, bro. Gentlemen, how you doing? If you need a leader, hire Terry as a coach. If he said he doesn't need to see how he can go on the field.
Okay. So I'm gonna pose this question that I've posed before. TB, you're new to this podcast, so you haven't heard me pose this question. All right. I'm sure you believe that, hey, you want this guy to be loyal to the team that he's been working for.
No.
You want him to show some loyalty to the fan base that has supported him, cheered it on, bought his jerseys, and all that, right? I'm sure you want that. You want him to show that loyalty that we have shown him. But when you produce at a level that's comparable to some high-level stars in this league, like a DK Metcalf, who is put up similar numbers but is less consistent, where's the loyalty? Where do you repay that loyalty that you want him to show you? All right. If other guys that are producing over a extended period of time are producing the same numbers as he is, and they're getting this bag, it's only right that if you want to show him loyalty, you give him that bag, not this smaller bag over here. So I hate this idea that it's like somehow he owes us money that he is worth to be a team guy. Well, if you want to be a team guy, the team's got to show you something in return for that. And
Right.
I don't, if they're not close, which Albert Breer says they're close, I'm going to believe that because Albert Breer is rarely off on these things. He's got a really good track record. I trust him over guys like Schefter and all that. Schefter gets the first breaks, but Schefter's also been known to break news too early and been wrong.
Yeah.
So
Ben Negro Jones, definitely love that name. Terry will be signed before midnight, July 20th. Word. That's this weekend, brother. Hey, if it is, it is. If not,
I mean, I think that right now, the front office, their only focus right at the moment is Terry.
Has to be.
There's nothing else they really need to focus on before camp. Then it's just,
And Terry is we're about to see the NFL top 100, which is kind of our next couple topics. Terry's going to be in there. Terry is in there again, ahead of many other wide receivers who've already been paid. He's going to be higher than DK. He's going to be higher than Garrett Wilson. He's going to be higher than a lot of these people on that list. So
All the logo says we got a good thing going. JD5 and Scary Terry's keep it going. Yeah. Adams, get our wide receiver one happy and in camp. Yes. TV says, no, I want to win. I don't want to pay someone for history. I think he was well paid in previous years. Well, by that logic, we should have a tighter salary cap for veterans and a much broader salary cap for rookies who haven't proven anything. You understand, when you go out and get a job, you can command a higher salary when you can show you have performed work at a high level at your previous jobs and you have a higher education level. You have put in that time to earn that salary, right? All right. You don't get CEO pay up here and it's like, well, you've done a lot of stuff for us, but you're winding down, so we're going to cut your salary. That's not how it goes in any other form of work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's this weird thing when it comes to our team and our fans never want to pay anybody anything.
I mean,
like, they'll pay Jaden because he's a quarterback.
Jaden's going to get $750 million. He's going to break the bank at every possible avenue. It's going to happen. Just be prepared for it. And people are going to say, I don't think we should pay him that much. Shit. You
got to think about what the value is, not just to the team, but, having a receiver of that caliber makes the quarterback better. It makes the offense better. We score more points. More fans show up in the stands. The franchise makes more money. This is a business too.
Yeah. Shit.
Terry, you got to look at market value. It's market value. He is an equal level as a DK Metcalf. He should have a contract similar to DK Metcalf.
Yeah, the cap means to pay one player, comes out of the pocket the rest of the team. That's what a GM's for.
Hey, guess what? When we didn't have a salary cap in this league,
we still weren't spending money.
No.
No, I'm talking about previous years under Bruce. Like we would be under the cap and have shittiest teams.
In the pre-salary cap era, up until 1993, we consistently here in Washington had one of the highest payrolls in the NFL. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. See, everyone thinks that Joe Gibbs won with a bunch of scrubs. No, we had a lot of talent on those teams that were well coached. A talented team gets you so far. A well-coached team gets you so far. A well-coached, talented team wins 3 Super Bowls in 10 years.
Right.
They were really good at finding diamonds in the rough, but don't act like this team did not pay its players. They were paying guys. We had a high payroll for a reason. That's why when the salary cap was instituted, they blew up the entire roster. Was because they couldn't keep most of the guys that they had under contract, or that they would have had to re-sign at a higher rate because of market value. That's why in the early 90s, after 2 years after the Super Bowl win, they're getting rid of people. Yeah. Because the salary cap is coming. They had to get under the cap number. So let's not act like that paying players is a new thing around here. It's just a new thing when you're used to Dan Snyder post Vinny Serrato era. Because Bruce Allen didn't pay nobody nothing, all right? Bruce Allen's thing was, I'm going to get this marginally decent role player at a bargain basement price. That's how he did business.
Yeah.
And because I think there's a fear of once we pay him, he'll suck.
Yeah.
Because when we have paid players, there is a history of them sucking. Albert Hainsworth. We got to get rid of this PTSD we have about paying guys who have earned their money.
Yeah. What's up, Gregory? Paying two players.
Has earned the money that he is worth.
Up to $33 million. Anything more than that? I don't know. Greg says Bengals are paying $75 million with 2 wide receivers. They are, dude. They are. Isn't that wild? Check this out, man. Bengals are they're at the top. We're the 5th highest wide receiver room right now, with 14% of our cap going to the wide receiver room. But the Bengals got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is just going to get worse next year when his salary goes up. Bucks are right behind that with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Tennessee with Treylon Burks and Calvin Ridley. They're at 3rd. We're at 4th, or Miami's at 4th. Waddle's about
Part of
to
the
get
reason we're
paid
at 5th is that we have a lot of wide receivers under contract right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's really Terry and Debo.
A lot of wide receivers. We signed more than we need.
Yeah. Either way, just thought I'd share that. What's up, Cody? Cody, thanks for joining us. Late as always. What's up, gents? Better late than never, Cody. So we appreciate you, man. I may be wrong, but I think McCaffrey and Lane are really good wide receiver ones. Not sure yet, man. Not sure. Don't know.
They haven't proven it.
Or else they would be.
You have to prove that you're that. Yeah. Before you have to prove your market value before you get. Yeah. You have to prove you're a wide receiver one. Lane, rookie, was not a wide receiver one in Virginia Tech system. He was a slot receiver. Okay, slot receivers not number ones. Yeah. Luke McCaffrey, same thing. Slot receiver, big guy. Didn't prove it last year. And I like Luke McCaffrey. I like Jalen Lane. I'm not going to sit here and say they're wide receiver ones. That's an insane take. And you know what? You do commit to it. Congratulations. You commit to a bad opinion in this case that Terry is not worth $30 million.
Delissa Hatcher, I'm not sure what you're doing, but would one of our chat admins please put that person in timeout if you could for us? We'd appreciate that. Deluxe, thanks for joining, man. Bruce Allen would refer to Terry as Telly and then lowball him franchise twice. Yes. Kurt, referred to him as Kurt. Hey, guys, a couple other topics we got to talk about here. I think this is great dialogue on Terry, and we'll just continue to talk about this. Hopefully, my man, who said he was going to be signed by, who was it? Van Negro Jones said July 20th. We'll see what happens. I do want to talk about B-Wags. Top 100 for Bobby Wagner. Like, who would have thought this aging man would make the NFL top 100? But he did. He did. Now, his lateral speed isn't what it used to be. But he did. He's right below Christian McCaffrey, and then right above Patrick Queen, linebacker. Right below him, you got Vita Vea, T. Higgins, Khalil Mack, Dak Prescott, Rashawn Gary, Trent McDuffie, Jerry Jeudy. Remember, this is the NFL top 100. So this is coaches, players. I'm not sure who else is anything outside of coaches and players, but top 100, man. This is where we're going to see Terry and Jaden in this group so far. We already had Laramie Tunsil come in. We talked about this last week's show at 86. He's 86. So Bobby Wagner at his age right now, 74, man. I think that's just a dope freaking accomplishment to have right now. People are starting to clown us a little bit for being like the AARP. Who knows? Our name might be the Over the Hill Gang or something. What I don't know. Yeah, Caleb. Did I hear Gary Clark said about Terry? I did not. I'll have to find that sound bit. Luva's going to be on her too. Also on the Jeremy Fowler list that we've been showing too, which we'll show next. Luva was number 5 off-ball linebackers in the NFL. That was voted by coaches, execs. Bobby Wagner had an honorable mention, but the Jeremy Fowler list that he's produced on ESPN.com had Frankie Luvu as the 5th best off-ball linebacker in the NFL. So I guarantee he's going to be on this list too. I didn't think about that, Caleb. You're right. So that'll mean Jaden, Terry, and Luvu. So we'll have 5 Commanders on the NFL Top 100 list. Mind blown. Like my mind is just absolutely blown. Where's my damn cannon that I put out of order that we used to use for? I lost my cannon. I lost my damn cannon sound bit, guys. Shit. Well, we'll just go with that one instead. Fountain of Youth in DC. Yeah, man. He said losing Terry would be losing like Art Monk. Oof. Remember when Art Monk went to the Jets? that one's
we've got 2 Art Monks and Jalen Lane and Luke McCaffrey, apparently.
That one stung, man. That one stung. But yeah, what do you guys think about Bobby Wagner, man? NFL Top 100. I'm really feeling it. I like this, man. I like it. We signed him for 1 more year. People are already starting to come out on Twitter. Like, look at this right here. Washington Commanders released. This is funny. You got to admit that shit's funny right there. I mean, damn AI working its finest, but that's kind of funny. You got to admit that's funny, dude. Right? Over the Hill Gang. Are we the Over the Hill Gang yet?
No.
I mean, we are the oldest team in the league now, but I think the average age is still 27. It ain't that old. It's
just the league's very young right now. You'll notice there's a lot of guys in their 30s just sitting in free agency.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Aldo. Lieutenant Aldo, the Apache. We got a good thing in all aspects of the game. I really do hope Terry stays. I think a lot of us do, man. I haven't really seen people that says Terry, they want Terry to go. But I've seen plenty of people say, listen, he's only worth X amount of dollars. If he goes, he goes. You know, if he dies, he dies, sort of thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, next topic. NFL top 10. So the madness continues with all of these different top lists, man. I got some lists I want to pull out. The Jeremy Fowler list, and it's got a lot of people upset. Not from our fan base, but from other fan bases. I was going to play the people talking about Bobby Wagner being in there, but before we do that, a little bit of comic relief here, and I hope Terrence is still on here. I don't know if you're still on here, man, but we're gonna get copyright ding for this one. But fuck it, right? This is a funny ass sound bit that I think we should share. So Jalen Hurts in this Jeremy Fowler top 10 quarterbacks, people were not very happy with where he was put, and
I didn't even think it was that bad of a ranking.
I'm just gonna show it. Listen.
NFL executives, coaches, and scouts released their top 10 quarterback. And it went in this order. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, Goff, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. That's about as close to my list as you can get. The reaction on Jalen Hurts, who, wins the Super Bowl being 9, was predictable. This is a bunch of nonsense. I can't believe it. Take a deep breath. The Eagles' offense was top 10 in everything. Pass blocking, run blocking, rushing, receiving. Yet they were 21st in actually passing. Oh, by the way, 11 of his 32 total touchdowns came on rushes of 1 or fewer yards.
Boom.
Take out the tush push. He had the same number of touchdowns as Bryce Young.
That's cold. I'm not taking anything away from Jalen Hurts, but that's cold. That's facts. Terrence, if you're still on. All right, I gotta put Delissa in a timeout here.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that's all about, but
Yeah, all good,
Ooh.
all good. But yeah, this is
They pass the ball less than any team in the NFL at 24 times a game. Jalen Hurts is responsible for that.
I mean, Colin said it, not me.
I mean, it's
he's a
true.
good quarterback,
Here's
but-
the thing. Jalen Hurts is an above average quarterback, but he's an excellent game manager.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. He's a better Alex. He's Alex Smith, but better.
Yeah.
And Alex Smith was a #1 pick who, never went to the Super Bowl, but he went to the playoffs. He would have been honestly, he would have been in the Super Bowl, but he got hurt and Colin Kaepernick took the rest of the way. But they were undefeated.
Yep. Burrow 3
under Alex Smith. So
Jaden 5. There it is. Jaden Daniels 5. Right out the gate. And that's why people are upset. There's a lot of Eagles fans who are, trashing this list. Stafford at 6, Herbert at 7, Goff at 8, Hurts at 9, which is respectable. And then Baker at 10. And then the honorable mentions are Stroud. Is there any other position you got
touchdowns last year and he's below Jaden?
I know. Is there any position you guys want to look at? But I can tell you that off-ball linebackers, check this out. This is what Caleb was talking about. He was on the top. He's going to be top 100, but Fred Warner, Roquan Smith, Zach Bond, great linebacker, and Zach Bond. Nick Bolton, Frankie Louvu, number 5, 5th best off-ball linebacker in the NFL, man.
I mean, can you deny it? He was the heart and soul of that defense.
Yeah. Yep. Silent one says same thing. Everyone said last season, how many teams got Hall of Famers at key positions that the young guys can learn from? Exactly. Gregory says we're getting too old. I think we're going to take a step back. Okay.
I think that they're trying to bring in the vets so they can win now. I think that we jumped so far ahead of where they thought we were going to be. They're like, windows open now, because when here's the thing, when we had to pay Jaden Daniels, we're going to have to get young. It's going to be rookie time.
Yeah. Ben Negro Jones, first time listener, new sub. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
What?
Yes. Thank you much, man. Always good to see new faces around here, man. Keep the stream rolling. But yeah, any other positions you guys want to look at? Any other right now? The I do want to show the cornerbacks list. Actually, wide receivers. Oh, that's not good. Wide receivers list. Terry made it as honorable mention in this list. Okay, the wide receiver list is not working. All right, let's go to the cornerback list because there's some commanders on. There is a commander on there. Honorable mention: Pat Surtain, dope. Stingley, dope. Denzel Ward, dope. These are just great. McDuffie. These are just great corners. Sauce. Christian Gonzalez. We could have had Christian Gonzalez. Fred Stokes. Martin Mayhew. You chose Emmanuel Forbes. What was you thinking? I don't know. Could have had him. Ron Rivera, J.C. Horn, Jalen Johnson, Quinyon Mitchell, number 9, great corner. He's gonna be a problem for years. Witherspoon. Honorable mentions: Jalen Ramsey, Humphrey Diggs, Byron Murphy, Terrell Sneed. Also receiving votes: Marshawn Lattimore. So there you go. There you go. Noah Brown, more of a wide receiver 1 than Lane or McCaffrey. The statistics in the film would say that. But if Noah Brown's your wide receiver 1, then, man, we're in trouble, bro. We are in trouble. That's the NFL top 10s list I was going to show. It's pretty funny. Just go on ESPN and look for it. Jeremy Fowler on Twitter is posting all of it. But on the one page, you can see right here, all of the positions they have are linked. So if you are curious about where other people are in the league, you can just look at it. This is a fantastic list, man. I really like it. All right, next topic. People have already alluded to this. Art Monk. Arthur James Monk getting his jersey retired. Art Monk getting his jersey retired. Where did it go? November 2nd. It's coming. Definitely probably think we should probably go to that game. We've been starting to go to these jersey retirement games. It just kind of works out that way for Phil and I, and hopefully Dev can come up. That would be a good game to go to. But this is long overdue. It's along the same lines of Darryl Green coming back. If you guys want, we can quickly watch the teaser video for Art Monk. But for him to be coming back and have his number retired at Northwest Field is just amazing. How long did he hold the receptions record for? I don't know for sure. But man, what a guy. Let's look at his numbers here real quick over the years. Just, I mean, shit. I got to zoom out so far that his damn numbers are so long. Look at that, man. 16 years in the NFL. 80 to 93 with Washington, went to the Jets. That one hurt in 94. Philly 1 year, number 95. But dude, here's his receptions over the years. He had the reception record. Was it the reception record? I think over time. If you really want, all you got to do is get up on it. Ron Rivera can't draft. Yes. Art Monk, man, it's a long time coming. I'm glad he's getting the deal done. I don't know, Phil. How do you love Art Monk? How do you feel about Art Monk?
Art Monk is my absolute favorite player of all time.
Yeah. This
is gotta happen.
It's great.
At this point. You know.
It's great.
Man.
Long overdue. There is a 6-minute video. I don't think we're gonna watch a 6-minute video, but just know that it's coming. And the Commanders put out a tweet or whatever you want to call it, and to let you know that it's coming, and it's going to be fantastic. November 2nd. So I'm guessing November 2nd might be Alumni Weekend. They've been tending to do these things on Alumni Weekend. Ooh, that's a good one. There you go. Right there. Here it is. November 2nd, Sunday Night Football. A night you don't want to miss. Art Monk. I'm sure it'll be leaked in the Commander's log.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that this is definitely something that
all right, put you in timeout. There you go.
This is something that is gotta happen.
Legendary.
He's a legend. He is.
Yeah. November 2nd.
As far as Washington receivers, it's him, Charlie Taylor, and then everybody else.
Yeah. Nobody else.
Nobody. I mean, and I do think like Gary Clark should be in the Hall of Fame, but Gary Clark was not Art Monk. Nobody was Art Monk. Art Monk was a big bodied receiver, 6'3", 210, converted running back into a wide receiver. And just a model of quiet competence.
Professional.
He was the consummate professional. Incredible work ethic. Everything you want your football players to be. Everything you want. If you have kids and you don't, I know that kids are going to look up to athletes, but an Art Monk type is the type of guy you want your kids to look up to and be like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Right. Real quiet guy on, off the field and on the field. He was a quiet leader, and he just went out, did his job, and he did it better than almost everybody. And he was putting up elite numbers and being elite at a time which guys like Jerry Rice are in the league, and he broke the record from Steve Largent. Largent only set the record a few years before him. He was a contemporary of Steve Largent. He was the
first guy to ever get 900 receptions, right? I'm almost positive that he was.
Who? Art Monk?
Art Monk. Yep. I almost thought he was the first guy to.
The only reason people don't remember Art Monk better is because so many record-breaking receivers hit the league right after he did. Your Michael Irvins, Andre Risons, your Sterling Sharps, your Jerry Rices, your Randy Mosses. They all came during or after Monk being in the league. If Monk had that little bit of breathing room before the next generation came around, he'd probably be remembered better across the league. We remember him.
Yeah.
But I think that's just one of those unfortunate things that Monk put up these numbers that have been unheard of for a career. And then right after it started being broken by everybody, by guys who are a lot bigger in the way of personalities. It's right when the wide receiver position became the diva position.
Yeah.
And Monk, I think, was the last of that generation before your wide receivers became divas because they're the big playmakers.
There you go, Van Negro Jones. It would be awesome to do the Fun Bunch touchdown celebration after every touchdown and retirement game. Somebody passed the word. Yeah, man, let's speak it into existence. Let's go, because that would be the way to go, man. After every touchdown, let's go.
Touchdown! Unbelievable!
All right, man. So Art Monk, I'm happy to see it, and it's good to see that. And I don't know who's next. Probably John Riggins. It's got to be the next guy in the shoot. But at some point you got to stop retiring jerseys, because now you're going to have too many. For years we had none, and now we did Darryl Green, much well deserved. Art Monk's coming up, also deserved.
After Riggo, you can hold off.
You probably can hold off. Yeah,
or Russ Grimm, since Russ Grimm is the lone hog in the Hall of Fame.
That's true. You could do that,
but you don't.
Bostic is not.
Bostic is not in the Hall of Fame. Bostic will probably be, you gotta realize that Jacoby and Grimm are the two that should be in the Hall of Fame. Grimm's already in.
Yeah.
Jacoby should be in. But after that, it's a good, but Bostic, the thing that hurts Jacoby, and it really sucks.
Yeah.
The one thing they'll point to keep Jacoby out is that he did lose his position and had to move to right tackle, but that was later in his career. And that's because a guy who injuries kept him from being a top 5 all-time left tackle, Jim Lachey, was brought in and took that job over. Lachey was just younger and in his prime. If he hadn't had back injuries, 10 years of Jim Lachey, he's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. That dude is still probably the technically greatest left tackle all time. If you want to talk about just pure form and ability. But Jim Lachey was technically perfect, but Joe Jacoby was so great for so long. And I think that just has to, they have to recognize him at some point. He needs to be in the Hall, but I think that he will probably be the one of the next two to get his number retired.
Yep. I think you guys are all over it. Riggins will be last. Joey T can get it following you, which I doubt. Yep. All right, guys. Want to talk about stadium stuff real quick. If you don't know, there's been, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They're creeping up to the deadline of getting this thing into the budget, if you really want the thing to happen in 2030, because remember, that's when the World Cup's coming. Like, they want to host these things. There's a time that needs to be done. And so they're essentially, now there's threats, political threats, I mean, that are being enacted by political gamesmanship by different council members, if you read. But I just wanted to point out a couple things. They're sad to see the stadium deals delayed, economic benefits. I don't think it's a matter of, I think it's a matter of when. It's not a matter of it's going to happen. They're going to sign this, but they're just pussyfooting around and making it slow, taking their sweet time. But if they don't act soon, it's not going to get into the budget. If it's not in the budget, then it throws this thing off by a year. So there is a dire need to get this thing in and done soon. I just wanted to share this with you. It's a sad thing to see that it's gotten this far, but JP Finley believes this thing's going to happen soon. And another word on the street from Tailgate Ted is that Maryland is even out of the game for a stadium altogether. which kind of hurts me because I'm kind of I don't mind having a stadium near my house. I live near, not too far, a couple exits down from the stadium. But per Tailgate Ted, shout out Tailgate Ted, does the DMV mess hall with Stephen Boyd. Maryland's no longer interested in pursuing a team. Team's plan B is Congress and the president, not in another location. So it's RFK or bust, man. RFK or bust. That's what it comes down to. That's what they're going with. So for those of us who wanted to keep it at Northwest, looks like those dreams are now shot and not happening. All right, last topic. I know it's probably minor, but with all the other contract mess going on with Von Miller and Terry McLaurin, our second round pick Trey Amos was finally signed today. It's been ongoing for a while, and you really didn't hear about it because it's kind of under the radar, but he finally signed his contract today. It's very, very weird. Usually it doesn't take this long. And if you follow the Bengals, Shamar Stewart, he's talking about going back to Texas to play in college again. He hasn't signed his deal because there's these weird guarantee the Bengals are trying to put in there by saying they're not going to guarantee some of his money. And he's like, well, I can just go make more money in the NIL going back to college. Apparently he can go back to college and play another year and come back and get drafted by a different team. That is insane. But Trey Amos is signed. That's all I really wanted to say. Trey Amos is signed. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Well, that's one less to see again. I think that this just means that the Terry McLaurin sweepstakes are going to heat up big time. They're taking care of all these other loose ends that need to be taken care of.
One thing at a time.
And I think that now you're pretty much like, what else you have to focus on, Terry?
Yeah.
Terry.
That's it.
So
that's it. Let's see here. Did have
get your boot out there, Steve.
Yeah, I am trying. Like, I don't these things are coming and going. I don't know.
Bye bots.
Bye bots. I was gonna see if it's probably too long. We probably shouldn't play it. The Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis's little opening. I don't know if we should play that or not. It's probably too long. It's 6 minutes of it's funny. If you want to watch it, just look it up. But he made some funny jokes on his opening. I do want to show this skit though right here. Also to Mean Green, love you, but this pisses off Philly fans. If you haven't seen this is actually funny.
The makers of Draft Day, Air, and other movies your dad watches on planes.
How do you get stuffed at the 1 3 times? Do I need a new center?
No, we need new coaching. Comes the true story of a real game changer.
Gentlemen, fighting is not the answer. Winning is the answer.
Who the hell are you?
Well, hold on, coach. Let him speak.
You guys are getting stuffed. Can't get short yardage. Football is a game of inches. Right now, you guys aren't getting those inches. But I have a play. Been dreaming about it my whole life. It requires the entire offense acting as one.
Yeah.
Play that cannot be stopped.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Come on. One team.
One heartbeat. You guys want to hear about the play? Yeah. You guys want to hear the play? Yeah. All right. Picture this. You're going to line up at center. All right. JT, you're going to line up right behind him. You're going to get 2 guys behind you. This is where the play gets good. At the snap, you dive right into his butt.
What? No, I don't.
And then both those guys behind him are going to grab him by the hips and shove him even harder into your butt.
No, I don't. That doesn't even sound like a good idea.
Hold on.
Just push.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Then we're going to pull, maybe a tackle, maybe a tight end. Get more meat behind you.
Players?
More meat. Think about it. 10 guys barging right into your back door.
I can't. Is that even a legal play?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense, man. That's not how I play football.
You guys play losing football. You want to win? We're going to ride your butt right to the championship.
Can you draw it up?
Behold,
Look,
my masterpiece.
He drew it right
It's 10 dreamers, 10 guys working together as one unit. Each one of those arrows represents your friends and your buddies for life. Shoving right in you. for a common goal.
Uh,
Drive.
I love
Get
it.
under the cheeks. Explode.
No, man. Hey, can I take my claps back? I like it. Shut up, JT.
I need like a JT. I got news for you. You're getting pounded too.
This is my fault. This went a different way than I thought it was going to go.
Don't you guys even want to know what it's called?
I mean, does it have a cool name?
Tush Push. Origins.
The weaker, softer teams are going to have to get together and vote against it like cowards. Can you imagine being a football team and going and complaining about a play working too well? That's what's going to happen. Pathetic, right?
And then he talks to Sirianni in the audience right after this. Watch.
Hey, I'm here with Coach Sirianni. Coach, did you come up with that play?
Yeah, as a staff, we did. Yeah,
It's kind of weird that you guys did that, right?
it was kind of exactly how you just showed it right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you must be a football genius to come up with a play like that.
We got these big guys behind me right here that
Yo.
that does that pushing.
All right, my bad, Coach.
Yeah, that was good, man. I figured we played that. We put that here on the way out. So
That's funny.
yeah, that shit's funny.
It is really funny because he's a math.
Yeah, exactly. Tush push champions, man. Negro Jones, it was all about the guaranteed money. 2 second rounders receive fully guaranteed contracts. So all the second rounders trying to get it as well. Hey, get your bag, man. These teams will move on without you. That's all I'm saying. Get what you think you're worth. I'll never get mad at a player for trying to think what they're worth because these teams will replace you easily. Whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, whatever, you'll get replaced. So, and we like to close out this show, like to spread the positive vibes. And on a positive note, if anyone has any good news to share with us, because we are a family, we try to be a family. If you got any good news to share it.
So,
Phil, what's good in your life, bro?
today is my father's 82nd birthday.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Congratulations, it's a celebration.
Happy birthday, Pops. 82nd, man. That's a big number. That's awesome.
That's man.
Congratulations.
30 years, DC Fire Department.
Yeah. Do it.
Yo,
Do it.
My bona fides are intact. These DeMatha graduate. Back when DeMatha was not, the school that all the rich kids went to, but
it is now.
It is now.
Or you're a really good athlete.
This is back in the late 50s, early 60s. He was there. He was class of 61.
Marcus said,
thank you, Marcus. I will do that. But yeah, he played football, baseball, and basketball at DeMatha. He played under Morgan Wooten.
Yeah,
just like a lot of my uncles did. So he sports guy. Him and my uncle ran a travel baseball team that went up and down the East Coast and showcased players to college and pro scouts. First 5 years they did it, they put over 100 kids on scholarship.
Nice.
So
the way to go.
I come from a sports family.
Yeah.
My dad, 82 years old, and you wouldn't know it by looking at him or listening to him. His faculties are all there. He's still outside every day working on, he just put down a bunch of stuff in his yard. He put down new grass seed. He was working with a contractor, helping the contractor lay brick and stuff. So there's the guy who had a quintuple bypass a few years ago, and or quadruple bypass a few years ago, had knee replacement, all that.
Sounds like a resilient dude.
There is something to be said about that old school stock where it's like you just keep moving forward, and I think there's a lot to that. 82 years going strong.
And Negro Jones, give Pops a hug from the chat. There you go.
Will do.
Shout out to Deuce, man. I bought this shirt from his store, Red Zone and Lab. It's a great shirt. Fight for Old DC, man. It was at a really good discounted price. So go check out Red Zone and Lab. Get your shirts. For me, I'm going on vacation next week, going to the beach. long overdue, ready to sit back, relax. I still will bring my podcast equipment to be on here Thursday with you boys. Hopefully Dev will be back, so we'll have the threesome back next week and see where these contract negotiations go.
Hopefully you have a beach house or whatever that has decent Wi-Fi this time.
I did it last year at the same place, so I think it should be okay. I won't have my full setup here, so I'll be much more rudimentary with a little tiny light, and so we'll see. Should be fun. Anybody else got some good news to share? Share it with the group. I always love to hear from the chat. See how y'all doing, if I got anything good. But just a reminder, please hit that like button for us in the YouTubes. That will greatly help with the channel, help boost the algorithm. Thank you to the new subscribers who punched in tonight, Van Negro and Silent One. Thank you for tuning in. Nero. Thank you for the donations. You were
I was a little harsh on you the first time we'd seen you, but hey, if we interact and we don't just be like, oh, whatever the chat says, thank you. I'll argue with the chat. Right?
Yes, we will. We'll tell you, motherfucker. We tell you. I tell you everything. Yes, even if you're wrong, we ain't always right.
Who knows? You could be right and I could be wrong. Who knows? But
right.
If I didn't stand by my opinions, I wouldn't be a very good podcaster.
Stand on it. Deluxe heading to the beach Sunday. That's good, man. Where are you going, Deluxe? I'm going to Delaware. That's me. So let's get it on. Let's go to the beach.
I have kids. I don't go to Ocean City.
Yeah, one day. I did once for Labor Day. A little more chill at Labor Day. But just a reminder, if you want to catch this audio replay, it'll be out on all the audio podcasts here in about 15, 20 minutes. Check it out. The audio is after picking up steam. Believe it or not, we don't plug it. We don't do it a lot. But the audio podcast is slowly picking up some steam in the numbers here. So thank you much as we continue to get closer to camp. I'm going to training camp August 2nd, so I'll be there. I'll do a vlog afterwards. I'll have some footage from Ashburn that I'll share with you guys. Love doing the vlogs after training camp. And then trying to find a way to get to week one. The tickets are just stupid. Red zone parking tickets, the cheapest one I found was like $190, bro. The things were $65 last year, and they're just going, 100. I might just pull the trigger because everyone's going to week one. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Maybe I can. I'm also going to the Bengals game preseason, so that should be fun. Going to OBX, Outer Banks. That's also a great time too, man. Just so far away, but man, what a good time.
I'll tell you what, Steve. If you do that and I decide to go, I'll ride with you.
Get our money's worth, man. Hog farmers want me to cook for them for their charity event, and I really want to go, but I don't want to pay. In the standing room only tickets are $250. It's just like, oh man. So I don't know, man.
If you're in lower bowl, you're standing anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats, Nero, and man, we'll catch you guys next Thursday for sure. It's been a blast. It was a great stream. It really got live and hopping there. The second half, Phil and TB going back at it. So thank you much. Check out for the new to the channel. Check out the old channels on the show, the streams, the lives, the videos, the shorts, whatever. Let us know. I'm always looking for room for improvement. And thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
2020. You want to hear some
we got
takes about how good we could be under Ron Rivera? They're there.
Jones.
If you want to hear our third, so for those you who are new, we have a third co-host. His name is Dev, and he does all the beats and all the music for this show. This beat you hear right now, he did it. If you want to hear Dev say we should move Cam Sims to safety, it's in the archive.
Yes, it is.
If you want to hear Dev talk about cockroach milk, it's in the archives.
If you want to hear us talk to Pierre Garçon about the Kirk Cousins kneel down or Julie Donaldson, we had Pierre Garçon on the show. He gave us the insights about the kneel down that Kirk Cousins did versus the Eagles game in that NFC or that last game of the season in 2015.
We almost got him to spill something big.
That's back when we first started, and it's been a good run.
If you want to hear us talk about things that are not football related, we did a top 5 best diss tracks of all time. Things like that. Top 5 cookout foods, top 5
villains,
video games. It's all in there. So we got content out the ass for that ass. if you want to kill some time, it's great background chatter if you're at work to go through the archives, and it's great to catch y'all on Thursdays 8:35. Well,
CTP time.
CTP time. Y'all hear jokes about CPT time? We do CTP time. We don't ever start on time, but that's why you got to turn on. You got to turn on the bell notifications as well, so you know when we go live. Here soon, we're going to be going back to 2 shows a week, Mondays and Thursdays, both at 8:35. So you get your post game, your pre game, and all that as well. So if
film
you guys
review,
subscribe, just know this once a week becomes twice a week soon. So you'll get twice as much of our content soon enough. And soon after that, I'm hoping we're going to start rolling out some new content as well. Once we feel that it's time to start rolling it out, we've got lots of ideas in the pressure cooker getting heated up and
in the instant pot. The instant pot is cooking. All right. On that note, thank you so much. See you next week. Peace. Inhale. We out.